Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Planet for Tech. I hope you all are doing great and learning lots by watching all the continuous episode of the series Python Beginner to Master. So guys, till now we have completed 21 episode of this series and today I am going to describe you a new topic in the episode 22. The topic is the modules in the Python. So today we are going to learn like how to create the modules in the Python and how we can effectively utilize this concept in the Python programming. So this is basically the way of organizing and having the proper uh, code structure and proper organizing the files there in the project. So let's suppose you are creating one project and in that there are lots of modules you have. So how you can separate them by one by having the different files. So those all we are going to learn here in this topic, that is the modules in the Python. So let's start. So as usual, the question comes in mind like what is the what is the module in the Python, like what this new terms is there in the Python. So here you can see a module is nothing but a file. What kind of file? It is a file, Python file you can say, which contains some definition and statements of Python. So this is nothing but a file. So the guys, you have to make uh, focus here, like this module is nothing but a Python file. Let's suppose we have created one file like my module dot py. So this is the Python file. So this file can work as a module. Then then a question comes like what kind of content we are going to have in this file. So this file can have anything means it can have any Python related functions, it can have a few data members, or else say you can have some properties, you can have the classes. So those all things we can have inside this module. So this module is nothing but a simple Python file which can have members which can have variables, which can have the functions, which can have I can say the class also. So this is what about this module in Python. Now let's see, a module can define function, classes and the variables. So this is what I have described to you. Similarly, a module can also include runnable code. So runnable code also we can include in the module. So this point you have to make a note. And grouping related code into a module makes the code easier to understand and use. So this is the main objective. This is the main objective of grouping related code. This is the main objective behind this module. Why we need the module? So if interviewer asks you the question why we need the module, so this is the answer. To create the group or grouping the related code, in a particular module or particular file, we use the concept of module. So this is what we do in the module. Now, if we are using the module, so it basically, or you can say logically, it organizes our files. It also makes the code logically organized. So this is the objective of using the module. And once the module is created, we can use it in our program. So let me show you the next topic. So the next point is type of the module in the Python. So there are basically two type of module in the Python. One is built-in module. So built-in module means we are not allowed to create the function. We just can use the component of that particular module. When I say the component of module means what? The component of modules mean there will be some variables, there will be some classes, there will be some method functions available in that particular module. So those are termed as the component of the module. Now let's see the user defined. So user defined module means we can define our own module. So to define our own module, we simply need to create a Python file, and in that we can have the variables, we can have functions, we can have classes. So that is going to be known as the user defined module. Now let's see how we can create the module. So the next point is creating the Python module. So how we can do that? You can see here a Python module is an Python file. It is nothing more to be worry about. It is simple any name of Python file, and in that file we can have three things in that file. So these three things are going to be known as the component component of module component of modules. So these three things we are going to call at as component of module. So this module can have what variables, it can have the functions, and it can have classes as well. We can have the more than one class in the module, we can have more than one function, we can have more than one variables. So these all we can have in the single module. So that is why these all are called as the component of module. The idea behind to keep this component in a single file is that so these must be related to each other. If they are not related, so there is no way, there is no use of creating the module. So the concept when this module was created, introduced in the Python is was we have to group the similar kind of variables, functions, and the classes in a particular module. Let's suppose similar kind of means, let's suppose you have few variables and you have few functions, you have few classes, all are going to be used for performing particular kind of operation. Let's take an example of mathematical operation. So you can keep all those components inside a single file, and you can name that file as a custom math module like that. So let me show you practically how we can create this one here. So going to create the one module there in the VS Code. So guys, here you can see I'm going to create one file here in this Python folder. I'm going to create one new file, my, or let me make the arithmetic, or you can say the calculator. So I have created this file calculator.py. So this module I have created because I want all kind of calculator operation like arithmetic operation like add, divide, multiply. So I want to perform all those kind of calculation inside this particular module. So for that I'm going to create few variables. As I have shown you, like the module can have three things, three components. The first component is what variables we can have, and the another component is we can have the functions, and the next component is we can have the classes. So these three things we can have inside the particular module. So this is the module, you can say. So our module name is something, let me have the one variable module name. So this is our module name. The module name is calculator. So this is our module name. Now I am going to define some function. Let's suppose I am going to define one function that, sorry, to define the function we need to use def, and the function is display output. Let me make it short. So this is our function, and going to have the print statement, the output of this calculation is whatever output will be there, we have to show here, shown below. Like that we can have. So this is one function, and we can have one class as well if we want. So definitely I'm going to have one class here. So to create the class, we need to use class keyword, and let me have class my calculator. So this class I created here. So as I have shown you in the last previous episode, to create the class, we need to have the object superclass here. This is the root of all the Python classes, so we need to use that here. Now I'm going to create one function, or you can say one, yes, I'm going to create one function def sum. So this function is going to give us the sum of all the elements, all the elements, what numbers we are going to give here. So let me make the first argument should be what self, and the second number, as we don't know like how many numbers we are going to pass. So for that I am going to use the arbitrary argument here. So these all concepts I have already shown you what is the arbitrary arguments, what is the way of defining the method, what is the way of defining the class. This all I have already described you in the previous episode. So if you have not watched those episodes till now, so please, I am recommending you to watch those first, then only you will be able to understand this here. So here I am going to using the arbitrary arguments. So arbitrary arguments, when we use the time when we don't know like how many numbers of arguments we are going to pass, so that time we can use the arbitrary argument. So here I am not aware like how many numbers I am going to pass, so simply I am using the arbitrary arguments here. So after that I am going to have one variable sum, or let me have s equals to 0, and I want to calculate sum of all the elements. So for that definitely I need one x for loop x in numbers. So as we are going to have more than one number, so this numbers variable will play the role of iterator. So if you are not aware about what is the iterator, so we have just covered in the episode 21. So from there you can see the iterators in Python. So this episode I have already created in the episode 21. So from there you can cover it. And here I am going to show you how can we use this one. So going to sum it as equals to s plus x. So this is what this function is doing. It is just adding all the numbers and returning us the output. So let me show the output here. Outside the for loop, we have to see, so the return sum. So here it is returning the value of sum. Now I'm going to, so you can see here, so this calculator file is having three things, that first component is variable, second component is function, and third component is class. So once you defined all the once you have defined components of your module, now the time comes we have to use this module in our program. So this is my demo.py file, Python file. So in that I am going to use that particular module. So to use the existing module, what we need to do, we can import it. So there is a one import keyword, we have to use it. So with the help of this import keyword, we can import our module there. So the name of the module is what? Calculator. You can see here. So I just imported that calculator module here. Now I am going to use the component of this calculator module here. So let me show you one by one. I just want to see like the name of the module. So let me have print module name. So here I want the name of the module. So calculator dot name. So we can access the variable like module name we have already defined. So you can see here this variable we have defined. So this variable we can access there. So you can see this is the name of the module. So in with the help of dot operator we can access its component. So calculator modules dot the name of the component. So there is one variable is there. So we have access this here. Now I am going to call the display method of that particular component. So how we can do that? We need to have the calculator of module name and the name of the function display output. So this one we have called. Now we want to call the methods. We want to create the object from the class. There is a one class we have already created, so that class is my calculator. Now we want to create the object there. So let me have my object equals to calculator dot the name of the class is my calculator. So this here we are accessing, here what we are accessing, we are accessing variable component, and here we are accessing function component, and here we are accessing the class component of that module. So once this object is created, we can call the method of the object. So let me call it my object dot. So like we have one method that is sum, and in this we have to pass few numbers. So I'm going to pass 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, 5. Five numbers I am passing because there we have arbitrary arguments, so we can pass any number of arguments here. That is going to take care about that, and it will return us the sum of the value of some of these arguments. So let me have one variable to store that output. Now I am going to print the output here. So you can see result equals to, we can have the result here, sum like that. So this way we can print it. So let me show you the output of this complete module. So you can see here it is printing like what we have expected. Module name is calculator. It is coming from the first line, and the output of this calculation shows the below. So this is coming from the display output method, and this is coming from the sum method. Result is showing as a 15. So guys, you can see here the original code logic we have separated here. So though those all logic and complete code is written in the module calculator. In this module we have complete logic and complete methods, you can see here. So here we have created the group of these three things. One is the module name, that is the variable component, and another is the display operation, so that is the function component, and this is the class component. So one module can have three component, that is variable, function, and the classes. These all are having the same going to be used for same purpose. That is why we group these all in a particular module, that is the calculator.py. After that, what I have done, I just import this module here, and I just started using those components one by one. So in this line number 3, I just use it the variable component. This way you have to use the module name dot, and after that you have to pass the component name. And in the line number 5, I created the I access the function component, and in the line number 7 I just access the class component. So this way guys, we can create a separation of complete code in a separate file to make the program very smooth and very neat and clean. We should use the concept of the module creation. This provide us the better organization of code. You can see here. Now here in line number 9, we just call those method which was defined under this math class, and this is showing the output. So this is all about the module, how we can do that. Now let's talk about the separate concept, different concept of the module related. I'm going to show you one by one. So till now we have understood like how to create the component, how to create the module in Python. Now I'm going to describe you using Python module how we can use the module. So I have already shown you the way how we can use the module in Python. So simply what we need to do, we need to use the import keyword. With the help of the import keyword, we can use the module. So here I have shown you, I have used the import keyword. So with the help of that, but there are three different approaches to use this there. See here, one by one. There are different ways. The first one is import complete module. So to import the complete module, we have two approach. Either we should use the import, or we should use this particular from import asterisk statements. So this one is similar to this import. Let me show you this how it works. So I am going to have like from calculator we have to import everything. So this one also acceptable, so we can use this like this way. So this way also we can use it, but in this approach you have to understand, if we are importing everything, then we don't need to use this name there. We can directly call it like this. We don't need to use the prefix, the name of the module. So we can directly call whatever we have in that particular module. Let me show you. You can say it is working properly. So this was the first approach, like how we can use the import keyword there. We can use the import, or we can use it from in module name and import asterisk. So import asterisk is used to import complete module there. Now see the partially import. We can partially import there as well. Let's suppose we just want the name only and we don't want other part. Then how we can do that? So there is a one thing that is the from module name and import the particular component. So how we can do that? Let's suppose we don't want the these other things. We don't want. We want only the first component, that is the module name. So how we can do that? So for that we can have from calculator import module name. So this way guys, you can see we are just partially importing the first component, that is the module name. So here we are not allowed to call this display. If I am going to call it, so definitely it will show error. Let me show you that. So you can see here it is showing like display of is not defined because we are not importing this particular component. We just imported only the module name. So this way guys, you can import partially the part of partially the individual component of particular module. So this is the second approach, partially import. Now the next point is the renaming while importing. So guys, here you can see in the previous example I have shown you this way. Let me show you. Yeah. So here you can see. So every time I have to write the same module name, calculator, calculator, calculator. So what about if you want to rename this module? So how we can do that? With the help of as keyword, we can rename it like calculate. So I just renamed the particular module calculator as calculate, CAL. So for from this, after this line we have to use this particular new name. So this is the way of renaming the particular module. Here I have mentioned here import module name as the new name. Whatever new name we are going to give us, that new name we have to use for calling the particular module's component. So here let me show you the output is showing proper or not. You can see it is working as expected. So this way guys, we have three different approaches to import the module. So all I have shown you one by one there. Now let's talk about the checking all components of module. Now in this module I have shown you we have only three components. One is variable, one is definition, one is function, and the last one is the class. So let's see, you have any large module and you want to see like what components there are. So how we can do that? So for that we have to use the dir method. Let me show you that as well. So if I am going to use dir, so in that we have to pass the module. So it will give us the list of all the components which are available in that particular module. Let me show you. You can see here it is printing like there is a my calculator. So this is what class, this is the one class available there, and apart from this there is a display of. So this is what, this is a definition, this is a function what we have defined. Apart from this there is a module name. So this one also there, module name. So this variable we have defined. So it is showing us and what component we are having that module in. So there are some predefined uh, you can say attribute of that particular module. So those predefines are showing here as a double underscore built-ins, double underscore cache, double underscore dog. So these all are already there, but these are being taken care by the Python itself. We have not given it. So these are the predefined features of the module, whatever we have created there. So this way, guys, you can see like what number of components we have there in the module. So with the help of this dir method, you can check this those components here. So here you can see the code dir and the name of the module we have to pass. Now let's see the next important concept of this module. So this question is basically being asked in the interview like how locating the Python modules. So when we type some module name here, then how Python knows like from where Python will have to look the definition of this particular module. So how Python start looking the definition of this particular module. So this sequence we have to understand here. So first of all, Python will check for the built-in module. So Python will check whether this particular calculator module is a built-in module or it is a user-defined module. If it is not a built-in module, then it will check list of directories. list of all the directories which is defined in the system dot path. So whatever directory we have defined in the system dot path, in that directories Python will look the definition for the particular module. Like we have the module like calculator module. So first of all, Python will check like this calculator module is defined in the built-in module or not. Then after it will look for the all the paths which is defined in the system path. Then after it will look this is already installed dependent or not, means it is installed by the help of any library or not. If these all three are fails, then at last fourth step it will look in the same directory where we have the code created. So you can see in our case these all three conditions are going to be failed because this is the custom module we have created and this is available in the same directory. So the fourth condition, it is going to get that particular you can say the module. So this way guys, how Python looks for a particular module definition. Now we have seen complete concept of related to the module, how to create and how to use, and how to access, how to locate. Those all we have understood properly. So for this episode, this much guys, and in the coming episode, I am going to describe you the next awesome concept of the Python. So for this episode, this much only. And the last thing, if you are not yet subscribe our channel, so don't forget to subscribe it. And if you have any query, question, or suggestion, so don't forget to ask in the comment and the WhatsApp. You can send the message. And if you want to watch all these videos in a single place, so you can download our Android app. So there in the Play Store you have to search Planet for Tech. You will find this logo and you have to install it. There is no need to pay any single coin for that initially. So there are lots of videos we have uploaded, so you can watch them and you can become uh, as a master programmer. So you can move your programming skill from beginner to master and you can upgrade your skill set there. So we are also available in all the uh, popular social media platforms. So you can find our group and channels there in the Facebook and the Twitter and LinkedIn as well. And if you have not yet subscribed, so don't forget to subscribe it. And if you like our efforts and if you like all these videos, so don't forget to share it among your friends. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.